Ramsey to Coos with 13 seconds. They'll try to set up Sam Jones, I think, to Ramsey with 10 seconds. He runs into LaRusso, throws a wild shot, no good. Rebound at Krebs, timeout, Los Angeles. The ball is out to Selvy. They'll try to get it in. They do it to Hundley. 5 seconds. Hundley to Selvy. His jumper on the way. No good. Rebound, Russell. The game's over. Overtime.
The 1961-62 Lakers-Celtic NBA Championship is the theme of our show this week on The Way It Was.
Every day are here again. Our skies above are clear again. Let us sing a song of cheer again. Happy days are here again. All together.
Hi, I'm Curt Gowdy. Welcome to our series of American sports classics. Today, pro basketball and a playoff that came within an inch of interrupting a dynasty. And here to help us relive that championship series, the Western Division champs, the Los Angeles Lakers. The reliable backcourt star, the high-scoring All-American from Furman University, Frank Selvy. All-American from West Virginia, the great ball handler who holds the Lakers record for assists in one game. The clown prince of basketball, number 33, Rod Hundley. And the all-time Lakers superstar, called by many, pound for pound, one of the greatest players in basketball history, from Seattle, number 22, Elgin Baylor. And the Eastern Division champs, seeking their 4th consecutive NBA title, the Boston Celtics. The man voted NBA's all-time player, the magical ball handler and backcourt star from Holy Cross, number 14, Bob Cousy. The winningest coach in the history of basketball, the man responsible for the greatest sports dynasty in sports history, a legend in his own time, Arnold Red Auerbach. And for the 3rd consecutive year, the number 1 Celtic scorer from Holy Cross, Tommy Heinsohn. And to help us recreate the outstanding championship playoff, we're pleased to have one of the very best play-by-play announcers in basketball, the voice of the Los Angeles Lakers, Chick Hearn. Welcome, Chick, and I want to tell you, a lot of announcers are using your terms around America. Air ball, no harm, no foul, dribble drive. Where'd you come up with all these terms?
Actually, I did it for a purpose. I thought that, and primarily on radio, that the people would get a better picture of what was going on in the court by, let's say, the yo-yo dribble. When you were a kid, you had the yo-yo going up and down the string. Well, Bob Cousy dribbling the ball, very much like the same motion, and others too. And the air ball misses everything. It's been a lot of fun. We've created about 80 of them, and as you say, they're being used quite frequently.
And so in Game 3, with the series tied at 1 game apiece, the Lakers had a 10-point lead as the 4th quarter opened. But with Cousy's 8 assists and 24 points, Tommy Heinsohn's 22 points, the Celtics took a 4-point lead with time running out. Now let's pick up the drama with Chick Hearn at courtside.
The eyes of the basketball world are on the sports arena in Los Angeles, where Freddie Schaus, second-year coach of the Lakers, tries to pull the upset of all time as his underdog Lakers battle the powerhouse Boston Celtics. We're tied at 1 apiece, as you know. And for the Lakers, it'll be LaRusso up front with Captain Elgin Baylor, 6'7" and 6'5", respectively. At center, 6'11", Ray Felix, and in the backcourt, second-year man Jerry West, 6'3", and Frank Selvy, 6'2". For the Celtics, in their traditional green, for Red Auerbach, it'll be up front Tommy Heinsohn at 1 forward, and Sat Sanders from the great school, NYU, at the other forward. At center, Bill Russell of USF, and in the backcourt, Bob Cousy and Sam Jones. What a ball game we've got for you. 15,000 plus here, and going to the 4th quarter, the Lakers with a 9-point lead, but that's gone down the drain as the Celtics behind Cousy and Heinsohn have cut it back and lead by 4. Heinsohn shoots and sticks it in there. So here come the Celtics again. The big 4-point lead to Heinsohn. Hook shot, he's good at this, and he hits a 14-footer on the move. Nice play. Swing to his left and hitting right-handed. Cousy to the dribble drive. He's against Frank Selvy. The screen is by Ramsey. On a pick and roll, he couldn't get it back, and he bounces to Casey Jones. Over to Tommy Heinsohn, the big kid out of Holy Cross, as is Cousy. And Cousy's got it now. LaRusso makes the switch, and he's got Cousy. 24-second clock running out. Casey Jones just beats it. The rebound is to Felix. Out to Baylor. The Lakers try their patented fast break to Selvy to Baylor. Baylor in deep on Heinsohn. Shot blocked by Heinsohn. Rebound Baylor. Good. Brilliant play by Elgin Baylor out of Seattle University. They call him the Big Chief. And now the ball to Bill Russell, helping out in the backcourt. We've got a 2-point ball game. Boston up into the front court to Tommy Heinsohn. Heinsohn dribbling against Felix. Out in front to Cousy. Cousy in deep, and LaRusso's picked him up again. That's a mismatch. Cousy down the middle, wrap around to Heinsohn. Beautiful wrap around to Casey, and he misses underneath. Tipped in by Casey Jones. What a second action by Jones. The crowd in stunned disbelief. Now we have Jerry West hustling. Stop, 18 feet wide right. Fire. He's got it. Jerry West brings the Lakers to within 2. Timeout was called by Boston. We're in the final 38 seconds now. Cousy brings it in, nursing a two-point bulge. Coos got it. Over to the baseline to Heinsohn, who fumbles. Picks it up, feeds it in a traffic jam. Coos has got it, puts it up. It's batted away. Frank Ramsey picks up the garbage. Underneath to Heinsohn. He blows the layup. The rebound is to Felix. The Lakers got a chance. Clock running out. Final 10 seconds. It's over to West. 5 seconds. 4. He fires a 3, and it's a foul on Big Bill Russell. Jerry West with 3 seconds left. And now, the top of the world right on his skinny shoulders. And the kid from West Virginia makes the first. 3 seconds remaining. Boston might call a timeout here if West makes this one. He gets it home. And we're all tied up at 1:15. Timeout, Boston. What a ball game. The Celtics now pick up 47 feet of the court, of course, by that timeout in the last 2 minutes. The inbound pass will come from Sam Jones. Some people will question, why didn't Cousy, the game's greatest passer, throw it in? I imagine because Auerbach liked the bigger man, 6'4" Sam Jones handling the ball. Jerry West comes out to cover Cousy. We're tied. It looks like an overtime for sure for the sellout crowd. The inbound pass deflected by West. He's on a breakaway. He scores! Lakers win it. Final score, Los Angeles 117, Boston 115.
Here's West stealing the ball. Now the Lakers have won, and the Lakers now, Chick, are leading 2-1. What happened in Game 4, Chick?
Well, in Game 4, played at the Sports Arena in Los Angeles, Baylor knocked in 38 points. But that great Boston team, again, they did it, 115-103, and took it back to Boston.
And now it is back to Boston's Garden for Game 5 and more NBA history. Elgin Baylor has set a new scoring record for a championship series game. He has 57 points in this game. And the Lakers lead 117-116 with 1 minute and 42 seconds remaining. The Lakers have the ball as we pick up Chick's original call at courtside.
L.A. has 1 timeout left in the game. Boston has 3. That could be important. All right, here we go. 1:42 to play. Selvy in the front court to LaRusso. The Lakers trail by 1. To Jerry West. To Krebs. In playing the post is Baylor. West, 20 feet left to goal has it. Top to key to Krebs. 20 feet left to go to West. Will he fire? Takes it out to Krebs. Krebs just hold it. Now passes to Selvy. Dribble drive around Cousy. Lay it off to Baylor. Baylor into the air. Jump. Bang. 12-footer. Good. Elgin Baylor got 59 incredible points. Ties it. Second. The Lakers lead it by 1. Cousy in the front court. Top the key to Sam Jones. 20 feet right to go to Heinsohn. To Sam. Looks in at Russell. Sam to the dribble. Got Selvy beaten. Shot blocked by Krebs. Taken out of the air by Baylor. Dropped by Baylor. Picked up by Russell. To Sam Jones. Jump shot blocked by Baylor. Baylor's got it. Drops it out of bounds, and he tried desperately to make one of the great plays of the year. 1 minute and 8 seconds to play, fans. This is the 5th game of the World Championship. Oh, how exciting can it get? 10 seconds remain. Boston must shoot within 10 seconds. Watch him get it to that Cousy. He's got it. He's outside. He goes to dribble. Gives to Heinsohn. Heinsohn dribble. 17 feet out, stops. Throws an off-balance shot. It's short. The rebound is off. Pushing underneath will be against Boston. Boston obviously pushing. The Lakers will shoot free throws. The crowd booing. But ladies and gentlemen, in all fairness, and I say this if you're a Boston fan, there was no doubt about the call. It was an obvious foul. Baylor at the line with 2 free throws automatically. It was the 7th team foul. The foul was against Tommy Heinsohn. Baylor could give the Lakers a 3-point lead. 60 points for Elgin as he gets the first. Big Daddy from Madigan. 2-point lead for the Lakers. 55 seconds to play and a 3-point lead for Los Angeles. The Lakers get them back in Los Angeles on Monday. Timeout, Boston. The ball will go at midcourt. Let's see what the Lakers do. West has it out. Could Boston intercept? Foul passed into Selvy, belted, and he throws the ball. Foul is called on Casey Jones. West has 3 to make 2. If he makes both of them, the Lakers have it in the bag because they won't come down and play defense at all. The first one is good, and the Lakers lead it by 2. makes it. The Lakers will not defend. Timeout calls Cousy as he gets the pass in. The fine Boston Celtics come to the court. If the Lakers do any defending here, I will be absolutely amazed. The only thing they'll do is try to force Boston to shoot a little bit outside. But they'll not do any defending. They'll not take a chance on the three-point play. The ball is in Casey's hands. Casey brings it into Sanders. Dribble drive underneath. They don't guard him, and he blows the setup. The rebound, LaRusso. The Lakers got him. To Selvy, 2-on-1. 5 seconds. Selvy goes all the way past the West. 2 seconds. West shoots. It counts. The game's over. The Lakers will beat them.
Well, Elgin, 61 points against a team like Boston in a championship series. Is this the greatest game of your pro career?
Curt, I don't know. I really don't know which game is the greatest game, but it was a game that we won, and it's the fact that I was in the Army. I don't think I was in the greatest shape, and just coming and playing on the weekends. It was a tremendous game as far as I was concerned because we won, but I don't know if you could say it was my greatest performance. There are games that I played, I thought that I didn't score as many points, but I had a better all-around game. I thought I played a more complete game.
Now, Rod and Frank, do you fellas think you had him now going home?
Well, go ahead, Frank. I thought we had a pretty good chance, coming back to L.A. and, with the 3-2 lead. And I think our team was a little tight that game because I think everybody felt we had a chance to win, And I think there's one thing that happened before the game. I don't know if Elgin or Rod remembers it, but we came back to L.A., and it was like being on a neutral court. There was a circus in there, and they had all these... It didn't look like the same place to me. It was just funny. It didn't work out too well either. So.
What about you, Rod? What was your feeling?
Well, I thought we were going to beat them. And, in fact, I don't recall exactly, but I think we had a big lead at halftime. And, boy, I was counting that playoff money. And we didn't get it. And I don't think you can ever count Boston out in those days with great players like Bill Russell and with Cousy running the attack and Heinsohn running up in the stand shooting hook shots.
The gunner.
So it was disappointing for us that we did not win that game because now you know that the thing is going to swing back in their favor and we're going back to Boston, and that's the way it ended.
Tommy, I bet it'll always be in your mind the duels you had with Rudy LaRusso. Both of you were big, massive, strong men, and oh, did they build.
Could have been tight ends in football.
I'd like to say a lot about Rudy LaRusso because for years he and I were matching elbows and knocking heads together, and we have 3 great players here from that Lakers ball club, and there's a guy that, in my opinion, was one of the most underrated players that ever played in the league, let alone on the Lakers. He was an exceptional player in every respect, and I knew I had my hands full anytime we were going to meet Rudy.
I asked Rudy one day on the air, I said, what is your job on this ball club? He said, very simple, baby, just get the ball to West or Baylor.
That about sums it up. Now, speaking about West and Baylor, what happened in Game 6 in L.A., Chick?
Well, they had another capacity crowd, and the Lakers played like they had it all won. And as Rod said, he was counting the dough because the Lakers were up by 8 at the half. And I'll say this for Boston's teams, even today or whenever, when they make a run, they make them in spurts, 10, 12, 14 points, outscore you 16-2. And in the third quarter, led by Sam, they outscored the Lakers by 18 points in 12 minutes and took a 10-point lead into the last quarter and beat the Lakers on the Laker floor 119-110 and back to Boston.
All right, so despite injuries to Cousy, Heinsohn, Ramsey, and Russell, the Celtics are now favored in the final game at Boston by 9 points. An entire season rides in this one game. There's a minute to play. The champion Celtics are trying to protect their 4-point lead. The score is Boston 100, Los Angeles 96. Let's go to courtside at the Boston Garden and Chick Hearn's original play-by-play description.
1 minute to play is Cousy. 14 seconds on the timer. Cousy going to eat up all the time he can. Cousy looks at Russell. Takes it in there. They'd like to get some free throws. Out to Braun. His two-hand 20-footer. No good. The rebound is to Selvy. Frank to LaRusso. To Selvy. 45 seconds. Selvy in the front court. Around Cousy. Selvy all the way. Under the basket. Good. Great play by Selvy. 198. 35 seconds. In the backcourt, Cousy. Cousy in the front court. To Braun. Braun to Cousy. Cousy looks for somebody to give to. 30 seconds left. Over to Ramsey. Intercepted by West. West on a breakaway. He'll try to go all the way. He does. Shot no good. The rebound is Selvy. Under the shot. Good! Lakers tie it up. It's 100-100. 20 seconds left. The ball into Braun. Boston timeout. With 45 seconds to go, trailed by 4 points. Frank Selvy with 2 startling plays has tied it up. Selvy in the ball game has made 4 points. in 15 seconds. He's got 9 points in 47 minutes. Now, watch what Boston will do. They've got plenty of time, 20 seconds. Even a foul now would probably be the world title because there would be a penalty free throw invoked either on the singleton or the two shots. In an overtime, I think the Lakers would have the advantage because of what's happened foul-wise. Cousy into Ramsey. Ramsey to Cousy with 13 seconds. They'll try to set up Sam Jones, I think, to Ramsey with 10 seconds. He runs into LaRusso, throws a wild shot, no good. Rebound at Cribbs, timeout, Los Angeles. This series has to go down in history. I think we could go the rest of our lives, Jack Creed, never see one like this. All right. The ball is out to Selvy. They'll try to get it in. They do to Hundley. 5 seconds. Hundley to Selvy. His jumper on the way. No good. Rebound, Russell. The game's over. Overtime.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, for basketball thrills, you cannot beat this. Watch it in slow motion. It's over to Hundley. Back to Selvy from 17 feet. The world championship on the way. It is 1 inch short. Five minutes of overtime action coming up. Can you believe basketball like this? We are proud to be a part of it. The action picks up with the Lakers leading 101-100. Baylor shoots the second of 2. The big fella from Seattle puts it in, and the Lakers lead 102-100. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the 5-minute overtime. Russell out high to Cousy. The give and go. Back to Russ. Underneath. Score it. Beautiful. And it's a tie ball game. Excellent play. Now the Lakers come down to attack. Here we come with Jerry West. Over to Frank Selvy. The former Furman ace from 20 feet. No good. Rebound. 4-4, and it comes up to Boston. Boston moving now to the attack. Here outside is a shot by Sam Jones, and it's hands on. He got what the Celtics would call a soft touch. The Lakers say a lucky break. The crowd going berserk at Boston Garden. That was a three-point play. Baylor's fouled out of the ball game, and so is Rudy LaRusso. Bill Russell put in 2 free throws, and Frank Selvy got a free throw for the Lakers. It's 107-103. Sam Jones hits a jumper from outside, and that puts it right in the Boston refrigerator right beside those world-famed beams. They're going crazy in Boston. 109-103. This has been, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most fabulous series of basketball games and game that you will ever have the pleasure of viewing. Cousy, the expertise with the dribble, and he's showing it all right now. And he goes against the entire Laker club as they double and triple team, and the ball game is over. The final score in overtime. Red Auerbach, Boston Celtics are the world champions, 110-107. Bill Russell and Auerbach exchanging bear hugs at midcourt.
The shot of the series, leaving Frank Selvy's hands, it was right on target. As that ball left your hands, Frank, did you think it was going in?
I thought it was going in because it was going straight at the basket.
Right.
It was a great pass from Hot Rod.
Yeah.
And,
tremendous assist.
It was, and I think Bob made a real good defensive play. I think he was picked off, if you can see in the film, but he really fought the pick, and he got in there and gave me a little trouble on the shot.
I remember this ball game because everybody fouled out in this game.
I was going to say 4 of you fellows were out, and 2 of them in this overtime.
And we ended up with Gene Guerrilla in there, who was not really one of players that played a lot of time, although he really was a fine ball player. And Carl Braun, my roommate, who was taking Sharman's place this year that didn't see a lot of time. And I can remember when Braun had a chance to really win the ball game. He was a great two-hand shooter, and he missed the shot. And I'll bet you if he went to take that shot again, he'd bet you $1,000 he'd make it. He was that great with it and had that much confidence in it, but he didn't make it. And that would have won the ball game.
Bob Cousy, this was your next to last year in pro basketball. I think you'd already announced that the following season was to be your last, and you're going to coach at Boston College.
I think after seeing the film, and I hadn't seen it before now, Curt, it probably would have been my last season because I did about everything wrong coming down that stretch. Frank did me, it seems, a heck of a favor because I threw the ball away in regulation. And then I let him get by me on a play before that where he scored the 4 points in the last few minutes. And then in the overtime, really, in that one particular play, I really violated a couple of fairly basic rules. I left my feet trying to guard him taking it out of bounds and then turned my back on him, which Frank, amongst other things, moved very well without the ball. I just didn't figure, I think, that with only 3 seconds, they'd have enough time to make a return pass back to him on the baseline.
This is one of 11 championships you won. It had to be frustrating for the rest of the league, the dynasty you'd built. What is the Celtics' secret?
One, we had a certain pride. You could talk about teamwork and what have you, which was important. But we had a lot of pride, which I feel, to allude to baseball, I kind of watched Joe McCarthy and the way his fellows conducted themselves on and off the court. These ball players always had this tremendous pride. Then, of course, you've got to have your motivation during a long season. But the toughest part that I found, in addition to all these, was the ability to communicate. You've got to know when to be funny, when to be mad, when to be sarcastic, and when to shut up. A lot of times, I'll say this publicly, and I admit it, many a time I was thrown out of a ball game deliberately because they were doing nothing. I tried various lineups. I couldn't get them to do a darn thing. So I would start with the officials. I would say, no wonder you're calling a lousy game. You're not hustling. And nothing makes an official madder than to tell him he's not hustling. So he looks at me. I said, don't look at me. Look at the game. That's why it's been called so lousy, see? So he gets mad, you know, he call it technical. I said, did I cuss you? How could you call it technical, you so-and-so, you know? So he called another one, throw me out. And then I'd really get mad. And Russell and Cousy, they were the two best. They grabbed me all the time, picking on poor little Red. And I give you my word, 80% of the time or more that I was thrown out, we were behind, and we won. They wanted to show they could either do it without me or they were mad that I got thrown out. I don't know which, but I didn't care.
Well, we want to thank the Los Angeles Lakers, their members, the Boston Celtics, and Chick Hearn, magnificent play-by-play announcer in basketball. And for the gallant, challenging Lakers, it was a defeat measured by only 1 inch, that shot by Frank Selvy that just missed. They would have to wait 10 more years before they could truly earn the title of NBA champs. For Red Auerbach and his Boston Celtics, it was an unprecedented 4th straight NBA championship. Before Red retired as coach, they would win it again in 1963, 1964, 1965, and 1966, making it 8 consecutive titles. Truly, the greatest dynasty in the history of professional sports. And this is Curt Gowdy saying, that's the way it was when the Celtics beat the Lakers in the 1961-62 NBA championship.